All right, so this is a video about the missing link. Um, I believe this is really important. I believe it's groundbreaking, and just I think we need this mindset, this information now. And the missing link is just my idea of what the Bible uh, is hinting at, but I, I think in a lot of ways it's too advanced, for most of humanity, including myself, right? It's like I'm only just beginning to scratch the surface. It's hard enough just to read it. That I've gone and looked for other talented minds who understand the Bible in ways that I haven't been able to understand it. Just to kind of like develop this theory and like help, um, solidify my own understanding of what I know to be true, and then the truth that undoubtedly exists in the Bible. So you can't deny it. There's no reason why a book should be that powerful. You know what I'm saying? Unless there was some kind of like, I don't want to use the word divine, but a definitely a much higher level, higher than anything we could comprehend, currently. Um, but something way, way smarter than us, you know what I'm saying, put that together. That much is clear. Um, because it's, from what I can tell, it's literally an instruction manual, like written in stories, um, to hide, written in stories to hide the truth from minds literally God didn't want to have. You know what I'm saying? This information, like, it's so, it's like you're not gonna figure this out unless you really want to know God. So, uh, anyway, the missing link is women. Uh, and this video is really just me kind of like practicing, uh, pitching this idea, or like, putting it into words, formulating, um, the theory itself, because I just can't break it. You know what I'm saying? I really can't. But anyway, it's the missing link is women. Okay. Why do I say that? Because game teaches you, if you're looking in the right places, game will literally lead you to the gates of heaven. Everything about what a woman is designed to make you, as a man, the best version of what it is that's supposed to be. Um, she is hardwired to put you under pressure, to make you strong. And if you're not going to be strong, she's hardwired to, literally send you to hell. And what's another way of looking at that? Um, or another way of putting that is she tests you, which really is super interesting because in the Bible, Eve, when she ate of the apple, man didn't fall into sin. But when she got Adam to eat from the apple, now all of a sudden it's a problem, right? In other words, she was the catalyst for testing man. Now, and this next part is a little bit of a reach. Okay? But stay with me. Stay with me now. Another way of looking at that is, sorry, I thought I saw somebody moving. Another way of looking at that is she was basically the gatekeeper, right? She's the one who facilitated the test for man on whether or not she would, or whether or not we would be able to stay in the garden, right? It's really a reach, okay? And it's just a theory, right? But symbolically speaking, right? Eve was the one who tested man, who was like, eat from the apple. Eat the apple. Are you going to eat the apple? Are you going to listen to my words? Are you going to believe what I tell you? Because we know, right? Women test men, right? And they test men using their words. Are you going to believe her words rather than her actions? You know what I'm saying? And can she lead you astray? And what's interesting is that if she can, now she hates you, right? It's like women hate weak men. They hate weak men. They want to send them to fucking hell. But why? Why? They're hardwired to do that. Because she knows that a weak man can still be powerful enough to destroy the entire world. Let that sink in, okay? Because now we're like clarifying and understanding of what I mean by strong and weak, right? Because you can be a successful, resourceful man and still be weak, right? Emotionally weak, weak to your desires. In the Bible, all of the 7 deadly sins are feminine in nature, because when you exhibit those traits, things can go very, very bad. I hate to, use this as an example, but we've got, men who will go out and do horrible things to innocent people when they are not fucking strong enough to handle their own emotions. You understand? You understand? She's made that way so that fucking guy doesn't exist. You're not supposed to fucking exist. if you can't handle your emotions. You're too powerful. You can cause too much damage, and you need to be eradicated. And every bit of what I just said is in her biology. So when you can't control yourself, when you are not being a man, when you are sinning against God, she's doing her job. Anyway, I think that's a good place to stop. Hell yeah.